Hi, welcome to Spec Hunter. Today we are talking about the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. This is the more affordable cousin of the flagship S25 series. It comes with a big 6.7-inch screen, a clean design, and most of the features that make the Galaxy lineup so popular. At first glance, it looks a lot like the S25 Plus, but the price tells a different story. This is the cheaper way to join the S25 family, and Samsung wants it to be the option for people who want premium features without the full flagship price tag. The phone runs Android 16 with Samsung's One UI 8 on top. You also get access to all the cool Galaxy AI features that Samsung has been highlighting in its recent phones. These are no longer limited to the top models. Even the Fan Edition gives you the latest AI tricks. But before we go deeper into design, performance, and cameras, we have to start with the most important factor: the price. The Galaxy S25 FE launches at $649. On paper, this is a great saving. It comes in at about $150 cheaper than the regular Galaxy S25 at launch. That sounds like a strong deal at first. But here's the problem. The S25, the S25 Plus, and even the Ultra were all released months ago, back in January. By the time the S25 FE hits the market, those phones are already discounted. Right now, you can find deals on the regular S25 series that bring their prices very close to this new Fan Edition. In some cases, you can even grab a renewed or lightly used Galaxy S25 Plus for the same price as the S25 FE. And that phone is better in a few key areas. This has always been the challenge with the Fan Edition. Samsung launches it later, but the main flagship phones lose their premium pricing by then. The saving on paper does not always feel as big in the real world. Still, the Fan Edition has its strengths. These phones also get discounted soon after launch. So if you wait a little, you might pick up the S25 FE for even less, and then it becomes a much stronger deal. For many people, this is the sweet spot. You get a big phone, most of the important features, and a cheaper price than the flagship models. The Fan Edition has always been popular with Samsung fans. I know people who still use the Galaxy S20 FE, and they love it. The S24 FE also sold well, proving that there is still demand for this type of phone. So now the question is the S25 FE worth your money? Let's look at what it offers. The first thing you will notice is the design. The Galaxy S25 FE feels more premium than its predecessor. It is slimmer, lighter, and made of stronger materials. It uses more durable glass and a tougher armor aluminum frame. The bezels around the screen are also thinner, which gives it a modern look. Samsung even made small changes to the shape. The frame is slightly rounded toward the back, which makes it more comfortable to hold. On the back, there is a soft matte finish that looks stylish and does not collect fingerprints or smudges. The phone comes in 4 colors. You can choose navy, icy blue, white, or jet black. The icy blue and white stand out the most, while the navy feels classic and the black is safe and simple. The finish looks nice, but if you compare it closely to the regular S25, you will notice the Fan Edition is slightly less premium. Still, the differences are minor, and it has the same tough frame as the flagship models. You also get IP68 water and dust resistance, which is great for a mid-range phone. It is slimmer and lighter than last year's S24 FE, now weighing only 190 grams compared to 213 grams before. That makes it easier to carry and use. The display is one of the highlights. It is a 6.7-inch AMOLED 2X panel with Full HD Plus resolution. The screen reaches up to 1900 nits of brightness, which makes it easy to use even in bright sunlight. Colors and contrast remain sharp thanks to Samsung's Adaptive Vision Booster. You also get a refresh rate of 120 Hz for smooth scrolling, or you can switch to 60 Hz to save battery. Unlike some flagships, it does not drop down to 1 Hz for static content, but that is expected at this price. The bezels are very thin, and the screen covers over 90% of the front. The bottom bezel is slightly thicker, but you will hardly notice it. The panel is protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, so it should handle daily use without much worry. On the software side, Samsung is leading the way again. The Galaxy S25 FE comes with Android 16 and One UI 8. More importantly, Samsung promises 7 years of operating system and security updates. That is a big deal. It means this phone will last much longer than most mid-range competitors. You are not just buying a phone for today. You are buying one that can stay secure and updated for years. That adds a lot of value to the package. AI features are another major selling point. Samsung has included its full suite of Galaxy AI tools. That means you can create instant slow motion by long pressing a video. You can use smart photo editing with generative fill, remove unwanted objects with the audio eraser, translate text on the fly, and even write or summarize content with AI tools. You also get Gemini and Gemini Live built in. And to make things sweeter, Samsung is offering 6 months of Google AI Pro for free. That gives you access to Gemini 2.5 Pro and Flow. This combination of Samsung and Google AI tools makes the S25 FE one of the most feature-rich phones in its class. Performance comes from the Exynos 2400 chip. This is a slightly improved version of the Exynos 2400E that powered last year's S24 FE. Some people expected Samsung to include the newer Exynos 2500, which is used in the Galaxy Z Flip 7. That would have given a bigger boost in speed, but it also would have used more power. Instead, Samsung kept the Exynos 2400 but improved the cooling system. The larger vapor chamber helps keep the phone stable under heavy load. In gaming, it does get warm, but I did not see overheating. The performance stayed consistent and smooth. The battery is another highlight. The S25 FE has a 4,900 mAh battery, which is bigger than last year's model. Despite being thinner, Samsung managed to squeeze in more capacity. It supports 45-watt wired charging, which gets you from 0 to 65% in about 30 minutes. That is solid for Samsung. It also supports wireless charging and even reverse wireless charging. That means you can charge your earbuds or another phone by placing it on the back. Now let's talk about the cameras. On the back, the S25 FE has 3 lenses. There is a 50-megapixel main sensor, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and an 8-megapixel telephoto with up to 30x space zoom. On the front, you get a new 12-megapixel selfie camera. On paper, these numbers might not sound too different from before, but the real improvements come from Samsung's Pro Visual Engine. This software handles all the processing. It balances colors, sharpness, and lighting to deliver strong results even in tough conditions. In my shots, I was impressed with how it handled bright backgrounds and darker areas. For video, the Galaxy S25 FE is very capable. It can shoot in 8K at 30 frames per second. Both the front and back cameras can record in 4K at 60 frames per second. You can even pause and switch between the front and back cameras while recording. This is a neat feature for content creators who want flexibility when shooting. The video quality is sharp, smooth, and well balanced. So is the Galaxy S25 FE worth buying? That is the big question. On its own, it is a very solid phone. It gives you a large screen, strong battery life, capable cameras, and excellent software support. You also get AI features that are genuinely useful. This makes it one of the most complete mid-range phones you can buy. The challenge is the competition, and not just from other brands. The real competition comes from Samsung's own flagship models. Right now, you can often find the Galaxy S25 at a similar price. That phone gives you a faster chip and better cameras. But the trade-off is the size. The Galaxy S25 has a smaller 6.2-inch screen. If you like compact phones, the S25 is the better option. If you prefer a larger screen, the S25 FE is the clear winner. In the end, it depends on what you want. If you value a big display, solid performance, a long battery life, and years of software support, the S25 FE is an excellent choice. If you can find the S25 or S25 Plus at a good discount, those might offer more power and slightly better cameras. But for people who just want a reliable and feature-packed phone without paying flagship prices, the Galaxy S25 FE is hard to ignore. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss the latest updates.